You won't believe what we've got today. The Las Vegas Raiders are making moves that could totally reshape the future of the team in some surprising ways. From draft picks that are sure to spark conversation to major moves that could change the course of the 2025 season. What happens when the offense and defense combine their forces? And what if the solution to the team's struggles is closer than we think? Hold on to your seat, because what's coming next is going to blow your mind. So hit that like button, sit back, and let's dive straight into the news. The Las Vegas Raiders are making the necessary adjustments to bounce back after a roller coaster of a season, and 2025 could be the year of their comeback. However, the shadows of last year still linger, and one of the biggest concerns for the team was their performance in the running game. The Raiders had the worst rushing attack in the NFL in 2024, which clearly prevented their offense from reaching its full potential. That's already concerning, but things got even worse with the departure of cornerback Nate Hobbs, who left in free agency. This made the need for reinforcements in these areas even more apparent. Now, all eyes are on the 2025 draft. The Raiders have a golden opportunity to bolster both their defense and offense, and many analysts are already discussing picks that could transform the team. Pro Football Focus expert Jordan Plocher suggests the Raiders use their first-round pick to grab cornerback Jahdae Barron from the University of Texas. Barron has been standout with his coverage skills and is one of the most versatile players in the draft. With Hobbs out of the picture, Barron would be a crucial addition to solidify the defense and ensure a bright future in the secondary. But what about the running game? Well, Plocher has a suggestion that might get fans excited. The Raiders should target running back Cam Scatterbo from Arizona State with their second-round pick. Scatterbo is a monster on the ground, averaging 4.09 yards after contact and forcing 103 missed tackles in 2024. He's got the ideal traits for the kind of running back Pete Carroll loves: tough, strong, and able to break tackles, bringing the physicality needed for the Raiders' ground game. And here comes the real dilemma. Instead of going with Ashton Jeanty from Boise State, the top name being discussed to strengthen the offensive line, the Raiders might opt for the more balanced approach: Barron and Scatterbo. Barron would bring that touch of class and technique to the defense, while Scatterbo would add a dominant running game. What's clear is that with these picks, the Raiders have a chance to transform their team, not just for 2025, but for the long-term future. But hold on. What comes next will really take fans by surprise. Let's talk about what could truly change the Raiders season in 2025, and maybe even save it if a key player has really arrived. This is such a significant move that with it, the Raiders could become one of the most surprising teams in the NFL. Stay tuned, because the next update is going to leave you speechless. If the Raiders' offense needed a piece to set the rhythm, their defense couldn't be left behind. And here's where Coach Pete Carroll steps in, leading a strategic movement to revive the team's running game. For the Raiders, the mission is clear. They need an elite running back, and it looks like the perfect fit is Ashton Jeanty from Boise State. What makes Jeanty so special? The answer lies in his rare skills, placing him among the best prospects of the past decade, with some even comparing him to Saquon Barkley, one of the modern-day legends of the NFL. Jeanty isn't just another running back, he's a yard machine. In 2024, Jeanty was a tackling force, breaking an incredible 126 tackles. His field vision seems otherworldly, combining speed with the ability to find gaps like few can. What's more impressive is his ability to exploit the holes created by linebackers. And when they try to close off his path, Jeanty can shake them off and make explosive long runs. The running game was one of the Raiders' biggest weaknesses in 2024, finishing the season with only 79.8 yards per game, the worst in the NFL. With Jeanty, the team could finally find the stability it desperately needs. His physically imposing style of play is a perfect fit for Pete Carroll's plans, who's always valued a strong, balanced running attack. But what truly makes Jeanty a game changer for the Raiders is the offensive scheme with Chip Kelly as the new offensive coordinator. Kelly's gap scheme offense would mesh perfectly with Jeanty's style, as he can adapt to various blocking schemes, making the running game much more dynamic and unpredictable. Additionally, Gentry's versatility could be used in the passing game, allowing the Raiders to use him in play-action situations, relieving pressure off the quarterback. Fans are already excited about the possibility of Gentry joining the Raiders. He's one of the most talked about players in the first round and could be a heavy-hitting addition to the team. Imagine an offense that finally balances the ground and air game, making the Raiders a complete threat. And that's not all, because while Gentry is a solid pick, there are other options that could take the franchise even further toward a promising future. And the next big move comes with the hiring of someone who could completely transform the Raiders. Who is this major figure capable of redefining what it means to be a successful GM? Stay tuned, because the next move will be crucial for the team's future. Where 25 is the year the Las Vegas Raiders are determined to turn things around. But this transformation isn't just happening on the field. One of the most impactful changes to the franchise has been the hiring of John Spytek as the new general manager. What's he doing to shape the team's future? Well, let's just say Spytek isn't here to play games, and he knows exactly what the Raiders need to get back to the top. Spytek arrives with solid experience and a clear vision of what the team needs. Balance. In a free agent market filled with chaos, where many GMs tend to panic and overspend, Spytek has been strategic. He didn't fall into the trap of impulsive signings, and perhaps the biggest sign of this was his decision not to risk trading away future draft picks. Instead, he's focused on building a competitive team without sacrificing the franchise's future. One of his smartest moves was acquiring veteran quarterback Geno Smith. We know the quarterback position has been a question mark for the Raiders, but now, with Smith, the team gets the stability it needed. Smith might not be the superstar fans were hoping for, but his experience and leadership could be exactly what the team needs to stabilize while they figure out the future of the position. With Smith, the Raiders now have a reliable option, allowing them to explore other draft choices without the pressure of needing to pick a top-tier QB. Spytek also made it clear that while the first round of the draft is crucial, the Raiders' strategy isn't just about adding talent, it's about building a cohesive team. This means that draft picks won't just be filling gaps, but will fit into the bigger picture for the franchise. The focus on a long-term plan is what stands out the most. It's not just about finding the best player, but about building a puzzle where every piece fits perfectly, whether it's defense, offense, or special teams. Spytek has been vocal about his excitement for the upcoming draft, and what he's revealed is that he's optimistic about the available options. For him, the key is identifying players who fit the team's philosophy and can contribute immediately without losing sight of the franchise's long-term future. Spytek's analysis of the draft choices could be a game changer for the team. And he's not wasting any time with experiments. Everything will be calculated. And what's next for the Raiders as the draft approaches? The next piece of news will leave everyone speechless and might change the way fans see the team's moves. Stay tuned, because you're about to be surprised by the franchise's next big play. And here's the moment all Raiders fans have been waiting for. Finally, the quarterback position has a definitive answer for 2025. And to the surprise of many, the solution came in the form of a bold trade with the Seattle Seahawks, bringing veteran Geno Smith to Las Vegas. It seems that after years of uncertainty and questionable quarterback moves, the franchise has finally found someone who can bring the stability they so desperately need. For a long time, the Raiders have been playing a game of Russian roulette with quarterbacks. They've gone through several names, but none have been able to make the impact the fans expected. With Geno Smith, the hope is that the team now has someone with experience, someone who can run the offense reliably and with leadership. Smith may not be the new franchise quarterback everyone dreamed of, but he's definitely the best option for a team that needs someone to hold it together while they plan for the future. What makes this trade so significant? Well, Smith arrived with an affordable contract, giving the team the flexibility to work on other crucial areas like the draft and potential roster adjustments. Plus, Smith has already proven his worth with the Seahawks, being one of the most consistent quarterbacks in recent years. While most eyes in the 2025 draft will be focused on finding a new QB, Smith's arrival takes the pressure off the Raiders to grab a signal caller in the first round. The impact of this move is huge. With stability at such an important position, the Raiders now have the freedom to explore other ways to strengthen the team without the urgency to pick a QB right away. This also puts the Raiders in a unique position to focus on rebuilding the defense and running game, two areas that clearly need reinforcements for the 2025 season. Smith is a temporary solution, of course, but he could be the bridge the Raiders need until they find the ideal quarterback in the future. And this brings us to an interesting point. With a 6th overall pick in the draft, the franchise now has a range of options. There's no need to pick a QB, but the opportunity to strengthen the team in other vital areas like defense or offense is wide open. Some moves are already being discussed. The Raiders could use that pick to add a new defensive leader or even an explosive running back, depending on what Spytek and Carroll decide to prioritize. The big question now is, will this change be enough for the Raiders to finally rise up in the division and have a competitive season in 2025? Geno Smith could be the leader they need, but will the team around him be strong enough to carry Las Vegas back to the playoffs? Or maybe the answer lies in even more changes yet to come. The debate is just getting started, and opinions will be heating up in the comments. Now it's over to you, fans. The Raiders' moves in 2025 could change the course of the season, but did they get their decisions right? The Geno Smith pick could be the turning point, but will he be enough to make the team finally shine? And in the draft, will defense and the running game be prioritized? Or could the Raiders surprise with an audacious play? I want to hear from each of you in the comments. Do these moves work out, or will the team keep struggling to find its way? Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep this debate going.